Hey guys, this is Yibeth, your radio host for today. Today is Saturday. What day is today? Today is 9th of the 12th of 2017. Today, through the New Zealand National Refugee Youth Council, Daniel has empowered me to have a voice through this radio show. He has helped me to immerse into the New Zealand culture and to help and support other young people. I came to New Zealand as a refugee, with a refugee status. So I had to flee Colombia when I was little with my family. When I was 3 years old, I fled Colombia and we went to live in Ecuador for 11 years. After 11 years of waiting, we were finally accepted to come to New Zealand. So I've been here for nearly 4 years now. My parents just, we've been here nearly 4 years and they have a very basic English and they understand a lot, but they can't speak it. They're not confident in speaking it. And, you know, a lot of people lose their patience when they have to go to appointments and they're like, oh, you don't understand. And they keep on talking and my parents don't understand anything. They just kind of like stay there saying, oh, but sorry, what? Excuse me? And, you know, it's very hard for them. So they pretty much not understand it. I feel like it's very difficult because I don't have parents to tell me or for like to help me. So it'll be me helping my parents, me answering emails, letters, calls, and, you know, paying the bills, checking that the bills are working, that the bank is running perfect, or, you know, that there are no things happening that are weird. And it's difficult because you can't concentrate at school, other things that I do, my activities, always pushes me out because I want to do certain things, but then I have to help my parents because if I don't, it's, you know, they're my family. I need to help them. I feel like it's my responsibility. I need to be there. Daniel Gamboa, one of our very known, you know, guys from our community, Colombian community. I feel like Daniel mainly helped me as a role model. That was the first thing I saw. When I got here, I met him. He was so cool. He was very nice and friendly and smiling all the time. He never stopped smiling. And that's me as well. So I was like, oh, finally a Colombian guy that smiles and he likes studying. That's cool. And then I saw that he was like very smart and stuff. So I was like, oh, I need to, you know, get into this as well. And then I started working harder at school and, you know, trying to do the same thing. But then I saw him doing things with, like, politics and things with, like, the government. And I was like, wow, that's so cool because he's making a change. He's not only, you know, being a role model to follow, like, oh, he's cool at school, he's doing this and that. But he's also there going into the place and actually making changes, helping our community to be better. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. And then I talked to him and he was like, oh, yeah, let's go. Talk, I help you, I'll push you. And then he started pushing me into things, but like I wanted to. No, it's not like he was pushing me and I didn't want that. I wanted to, and it was really cool. I liked it. First things were like courses with change makers, and then we talked to the people who helped us out with Refugee Youth Council, and then the radio, Access Radio, Wellington Access Radio, and a lot of things more. So I was like, oh, I really like this. And he has a lot of connections. And I've been doing heaps of stuff thanks to him because he always like, oh, yeah, Yibeth, oh, you want to? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of things. But the main thing was being a role model and then me admiring him for all the things that he's been doing. In the youth radio, this is what we call the show, because we wanted to include everybody. At the beginning, we were talking about the name and we were like, oh, should we call it Refugee Youth Radio or something like that? But then we were like, no, what if they go, oh, no, it's just refugees, or like, we don't gonna listen. So we were like, okay, youth radio. And the main things that we talk about here in our radio is youth problems. We want to talk about everything that we see, everything that we think is wrong, or things that we think is unfair for teenagers today, or things that adults do that can affect the ways that we talk or the ways that we develop as humans or adults later on in life. So we pretty much try to, you know, expose all of those things out there, and we're very lucky to have to be here and have this place in Wellington Access Radio. Because then how? Like, other people want to do the same, but they don't have this opportunity. So we're very thankful to be here and to be able to put these words out there where everybody can hear them. And a lot of people reach out to us and tell us, oh, that was really cool, nice talk today and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice to see people that are listening and, you know, that we can actually make a little change. And yeah, just exposing all of those problems, issues with refugees and teenagers and youth problems, all of those things. So that's pretty much what we try to talk about. Also try to keep it very cool and like chill, and we play a lot of cool music, and then we talk about artists as well. And like today we're gonna talk about MIA, which is Missing in Action, a singer who talks about refugees and issues with refugees. And I speak because it was my experience, because I went through a lot of things that I want a lot of people to know, and a lot of teenagers should know what refugees or youth in today, what they go through. So I feel like the main things that this opportunity has made into me, like the changes, has been that I feel more listened to, I feel more important, I feel like I don't know, like, you know, they actually care about me, like I am important and I'm not irrelevant or something that is just gonna be forget just out of nowhere. Sorry. So yeah, I feel like being listened to, feeling important and feeling included in this community is what Access Radio and Refugee Youth Council has done to me. I feel like one more of the New Zealand citizens, and I feel included. I feel like there's nothing that they can say, oh no, she's different, so push her away. No, I feel more included. I feel like part of the family now. And as well as this radio show, Youth Radio, Refugee Youth Council, it's emerging in one, where we are trying to give the voice to those young people who feel, lonely, that cannot just adjust just yet to the New Zealand community, like New Zealand culture, but also to include everybody else who don't have a refugee background, or people from all different cultures, from all different countries, and with different languages, and that look different. We want to bring everybody together to try to break those stereotypes of refugees being different, or of migrants being different from refugees, and all that. It's where we bring all the communities together and try to merge them in one, saying we are all multicultural, we're diversity, where we all embrace together and understand more from each other, and where we learn from other cultures, languages, and food, and everything which is fun, where we can share a bit more of each other and try to understand our backgrounds and try to embrace it more, so we can all feel welcome and part of one community. Everything for today. This was it. Today at 1 o'clock it's finishing our youth radio show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you